Do you know what? If I don't get to see my kids, that'll be the end of me, mate. Do you know what I mean? And I'll say that in front of that camera, it doesn't worry me, mate. You know what I mean? I'll paddle a boat over there and doesn't matter, you know what I mean?
Beautiful, bro, that's beautiful, and let's make it happen.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want this?
Enough for now, yeah.
So when was the last time you were in New Zealand?
94, so I was 13.
Oh,
94, yeah.
Damn,
so I started high school in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shucks, I wasn't even born yet then.
I've shown my age now. Well, that's my daughter. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
That's good. Did you have a good day yesterday? Because they've got school holidays coming up, their next school holidays is in 10 weeks, just after the Easter break. So, and my ex and I, we come to an agreement that they could come over then. So that's my goal, you know what I mean, to get them over and hopefully they have a good time, and do you know what I mean? So it continues, because otherwise if I fuck up now and they don't, I might not get that opportunity again. So that's my big goal from here on in, yeah. I was 13 years old when I went to Australia. I wasn't a criminal before I left here. I learned how to be a criminal in Australia. We left New Zealand because I was sexually abused by my dad's dad. So our family sort of parted. So me coming back, I've got a few aunties and that, but apparently, but I don't speak to any of them. So I've come here and I'm on my own. Hi.
So she's saying again.
So what do I do but here?
Morning. And just with your mental health, how's that?
Last week, I don't know, sort of a couple of, I don't know, triggers were sort of coming back, but I'm just, trying to stay strong.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, but yeah.
So when you get into that, what are your ways of dealing with that when you get into that?
I really don't have any, really, but I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I suppose I'd need to start doing something about that. The first time I was ever introduced to ice, one of my mates shot me up, you know what I mean? So I was using for about 10 years, pretty much. I was injecting, and then when I had my kids and that, I was smoking it, because I didn't want my kids to be around, you know what I mean, needles and shit like that. But obviously smoking it costs you a lot more, and and then so I was, started selling it. Yeah. Probably $1 million, say, easy, and easy. And I've had that 3 or 4 times and got back locked up and lost it all and got out and done it again, you know what I mean? What people think, selling drugs is easy, is fucking not. I'd rather work somewhere and get $1,000 a week than put myself through that mental strain ever again in my life. I would never, in a million years, would I thrive for that in my life ever again.
Kia ora.
Hi, kia ora.
How long are you clean for?
So it's been 12 weeks. 12 weeks, yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
Yeah,
what was the longest you've been clean for?
Probably a couple of years, 2 years, but that's because of jail and that too.
What are usually your triggers for these cycles to start off?
Obviously depression, but I definitely get anxiety. Anxiety's a big thing for me. You know, even my kids, I'll start doing shit, you know what I mean? I definitely get anxiety. That's a big thing for me.
My perspective on drug addiction is drugs have always been the like a passing phase. But the main causes of it, if you can work
It's
with
trauma
that,
and that,
the
yeah.
trauma,
That's right.
that's the
right.
one that I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's right. So that's yeah.
So,
yeah.
how much are you willing to work on that trauma?
Well, like obviously my life's not going to be right until I deal with it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to do what I need to do, to be honest. Yeah. That's important to me, because at the end of the day, for me to stay on the right track, I think that trauma and that needs to be dealt with, instead of just trying to suppress it and not dealing with it, because that's not helping, is it?
Thank you very much.
My dad growing up, he's always been an alcoholic. Me growing up as a kid, I always thrived for my father's attention, and I never had it. Like, you know what I mean? Like my early memories are my father, like for doing something stupid, would close fist punch me and send me across the room for no reason, you know what I mean? But I got out of jail after, I think it was like 2-3 years, and he was in a hospital hostel in Sydney with nobody, had throat cancer, and like he was never there for me as a kid growing up. I always thrived for my father's attention, you know what I mean? And I thought, well, I'm not going to do the same as what he did to me. So I visited him every day in the hospital hostel, and seeing what he went through, that was one of the hardest things for me, man. Like, although I didn't have a father, but he was still my blood. So I still loved him, even though he was on his deathbed. That was some sort of fucked up relationship that we had, that I'd always wanted. And then he passed away, like, yeah, so then that was really hard for me. That broke me, man. Like, and I just met Louisa and had my daughter, and that's when he'd passed away, and I sort of went off the rails. That's when I went off the rails. Being away from my kids, and like, honestly, if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be right now, you know? I had a fucked upbringing, and like, I can see my kids going through a little bit of the same now, and I want that to stop. And I know that what I do from here on in is gonna be a major part in their life growing up. And I want the best for my children, you know what I mean? I just need to get the money for their flights. Like, we've been looking for the flights and that now, and it's like $3,000 for just for their flights. And I was thinking, fuck, like, that's a lot of money. I should be able to do it. But like, that's a little bit daunting for me at this moment, because I haven't, like, the last 2 weeks I haven't been working. I would have loved to have been working last week, and my kids are banking on it, and I'm just thinking, fuck, like, it's just getting a little bit daunting for me at the moment. Like, just want to have some money coming in and start putting some money away, and so I know, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to leave everything to the last minute and, for one, let them down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, yeah. So to PAR, the people that I'm working with, so they'd be able to get me a lift there or whatever. So, because they're in full support of me getting a job. I'm actually there now to PAR, doing some filming for that documentary. So, yeah. So, all right, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, bye. Yes. So that's all good. Like, so they're just opening up a new shop and that. So she's going to talk to those 2 people today and call me back tonight. So that's all good. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. She said, oh, sorry. So I suppose it's hard for them, they don't sort of understand. Yeah, anyway. That's one good thing I'm proud of now, that I've sort of taken responsibility for the shit that I've done wrong in my life, because honestly, that's the start of healing. Not blaming anybody, because all you can blame is yourself. Do you know what I mean? You can't there's no excuse for anything that's happened in my life. I've created it all myself. I didn't have kids to just forget about them, and you know what I mean? Like, that's all I've ever wanted was a family. They're probably the only thing in my whole last 20 years of my life, they're the only thing that mean anything to me from all of it. So if I couldn't see them anymore, that would break me, you know what I mean? This means a lot to me for my kids, because I'd hate for my kids to grow up and not have a father like I did. He might have been there, but he wasn't. I want my kids growing up knowing that I love them, and something that I just strive for from my father. I'd hate for my kids to feel that way, to feel that way like I did growing up. Yeah, that would break my heart.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest New Zealand Herald news, click the subscribe button below or check out one of these videos, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more news worth knowing.